Someone using a weed whacker to clear brush in preparation for another brutal fire season ignited a dangerous blaze Tuesday afternoon in an upscale hillside neighborhood on the city's west side, offering a stark reminder of the region's fire-prone landscape.
Residents of about 86 homes were ordered to pack their important belongings and find shelter elsewhere as hundreds of firefighters swarmed the narrow, winding streets in the Beverly Crest and Benedict Canyon areas and mounted an aggressive attack.
By nightfall, the blaze was 25% contained and displaced residents were allowed to return home. Crews were expected to stay on the scene stamping out hot spots through the night.
The blaze, dubbed the Portola Fire, comes after a dry winter and after one of the most destructive fire seasons on record in California history, prompting firm warnings from Los Angeles fire officials.
They urged residents to use licensed contractors who follow safety rules, avoiding metal blades and carrying an extinguisher, for brush clearance. The weed whacker's exhaust manifolds probably overheated, officials said, and set off the blaze. Others pushed for vigilance with campfires and cigarette butts.
"We're truly never out of fire season," Marullo said. "Because of the drought and no rain and everything else, all the vegetation out there is dried up and easier to catch fire and spread more rapidly than normal."
On Tuesday, firefighters from multiple agencies cut down trees with chainsaws, sprayed water and used shovels to create a fire break to keep the fire from reaching multi-million-dollar homes. 2 firefighters were injured, one with a burn and the other with heat exhaustion.
Meanwhile, Los Angeles police officers knocked on doors, telling residents they had to leave. Natasha Super, 23, spent an hour and a half with her family, gathering up photos, computers and important documents from her childhood home near Summit Ridge and San Isidro Drives.
She placed a green backpack inside the trunk of her gray Honda Civic as smoke rose into the sky in the distance. Helicopters made water drops and cars sped past her. Super said this is the first time she's had to evacuate because of a brush fire. "This is my childhood home. I hope nothing happens to it," she said.
Shortly before 4:30 p.m., Homa Hakimi, 66, walked out of her ranch-style home in the Beverly Crest neighborhood. She had heard a helicopter hovering nearby and sirens from fire trucks. Standing in her driveway, she saw neighbors stacking boxes and clothes into their luxury cars and SUVs.
Winds clocked in at only 4 miles per hour to 7 miles per hour, with 14 miles per hour wind gusts over the ridge tops, conditions that allowed firefighters to set up defensive positions on the surrounding ridge tops to make a stand.
Though temperatures were in the upper 80s on Tuesday, they were expected to dip to 60 in the evening before rising again Wednesday, Hoxie said.
And in Riverside County, a car fire on the 71 freeway in Chino ignited nearby brush, eventually burning 120 acres and shutting down all northbound lanes for several hours. 9 p.m., this article was updated throughout with additional details and other fires.
6:55 p.m., this article was updated with the cause of the fire and that evacuations will be lifted. 5:55 p.m., this article was updated with new acreage and containment figures.
5:20 p.m., this article was updated with an interview with a resident.
4:50 p.m., this article was updated with information from the National Weather Service. 4:20 p.m., this article was updated with new evacuation orders.
3:55 p.m., this article was updated with mandatory evacuation orders.
3:30 p.m., this article was updated with information from LAFD and LAPD.
This article was originally published at 3 p.m.